Joining me now is General Jack Keane, retired four-star general, chairman of the Institute for the Study of War, a great American, and delighted that you're here. And I'm going to ask everybody in the control room to please turn down the sound. I know it's a lot of excitement there in Grand Rapids, but I need to hear the general, and if you will, kind of give us a full screen here. General, good to have you here as I'm trying to help with the show here. I apologize.
That's okay. You're the producer too.
I'm a quasi-producer, whatever.
Okay.
The idea that we've got three generals, we just heard Ed Rollins say he's feeling better about those generals in that cabinet than almost anybody else. Your reaction to the appointments by the president-elect, and how do you feel about it?
Well, I'm not concerned that it's sort of militarization of the national security functions in our government, because listen, the generals, having been in war, and the human dimension of it certainly takes its toll on them on a personal level. And when they're talking about war as an option, they're going to make certain that all of the other options are exhausted. And then if military force is going to be used, they'll also be insisting, let's make sure that we have a clear objective, that there is an end state here. So I'm not concerned, at least at all, about something like that, that there's going to be more militarization.
Neither am I. By the way, I hear that from the left in this country, and the left has been reduced to irrelevancy, and why, I don't even think it's worth a, frankly, discussion. I'm more concerned about who, the thoughts of one of the country's most distinguished general officers, namely you, how you feel about it, and the direction that you see the Trump transition team and soon-to-be administration shaping up.
Yeah, overall, I think he's doing a very credible job here. Number one, in picking good people. Number two, in doing it in a timely fashion. I think it clearly demonstrates the energy he has to get on with really doing what he said during the campaign. I can just say in my discussions with him, I was impressed with how much he truly wants to be successful here, how truly he wants to get this right. And he's got a huge energy around doing that, and I think that's why these appointments have fallen so quickly. And look and these general officers, he's the leader himself. He's a strong leader. He's a man of conviction. He's a straight talker, and a lot of these general officers are similar to that. But I think, by and large, when they're looking at these positions, they're likely the best athletes on the field. I mean, they've been at war for 15 years, and there's a heck of a competition that goes on inside the military people don't recognize. And at war, it's fierce, and we cull out the people that can't handle the stress, can't handle the pressure, and don't get results.
Yeah, and as you say, all of them terrific general officers. Do you know what troubles me so much, and one of the reasons that I find that the presence of those generals, I think, should be comforting, is that they are frustrated that the one thing they cannot claim is an absolute victory in the war against the radical Islamist terrorists against whom they've been fighting, for, as you say, for 15 years. I'm sorry.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely tragic. This is policy decisions that have largely driven that. Right. One, we have no strategy to defeat radical Islam. We have no alliances to do it. And Afghanistan is no longer a winnable war because of policy decisions made by the Obama administration principally, also assisted by the Bush administration going to war in Iraq, and we couldn't do both at the same time. But that is absolutely tragic. A war at 15 years in Afghanistan, and we can't win it, and I'm absolutely convinced of that.
General, it's always great to talk with you. We appreciate you taking the time. Look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks. General Jack Keane.
Okay, good talking to you, Lou.